Score more with the college-branded Venmo debit card and earn up to 5% cash back with Venmo Stash. Got paid back? With the Venmo debit card, you can instantly access your balance and spend on what you want, like game day snacks, gear, tickets, and more. The more you do, the more cash back you can earn. Plus, there's no monthly fee or minimum balance. Sign up now at Venmo.com/collegecard. The Venmo MasterCard is issued by the Bancorp Bank N.A. Select schools available. Venmo Stash terms and exclusions apply at venmo.me/stash terms. Max $100 cash back per month.
This episode is brought to you by Nordstrom. Ready to refresh your wardrobe? Nordstrom has all the latest styles for spring, from elevated dresses and denim to standout tops and accessories. Discover the trends and essentials you'll reach for again and again. We've got brands you love like Wave, Princess Polly, Mango, Adidas, and Favorite Daughter. Plus free shipping, free returns, and quick order pickup make updating your closet effortless. Shop in stores at Nordstrom.com or download our app.
The moment we waited for in Milano Cortina 2026 for Paralympics GB. Phew. I'm Michael.
And I'm John, and this is Milano Daily from Anything But Footy. We talk about the Olympics and the Paralympics all the time, not once every 4 years like everybody else does.
Well, we feel more chipper, don't we, in this episode than the last one, because Great Britain, Paralympics GB, on the medal table, thanks to a brilliant slalom performance, which backed to silver in the men's combined.
We were just confident in our plan that we'd discussed it from course inspection. We knew exactly what we needed to do, and then we knew we were in a good position to challenge for the podium.
Neil Simpson and Rob Poth coming up with our news from the Games, with the first ever Winter Paralympic medal for Brazil.
And in tomorrow's news today, the youngest of our three teenagers competing later on this week in Alpine skiing.
It's going to be bigger than any event that I've ever been to. And I've competed in, so I'm just going to experience it. I'm just going to go and see what it's about.
He's just 16. This is Milano Daily from Anything But Footy. Download, listen and follow. We are here throughout the Winter Paralympics. Oh, how wonderful. Paralympics GB have won their first medal of the Winter Paralympic Games. Neil Simpson has won silver in the Para-Alpine skiing combined event. That is the visually impaired discipline. He was guided by Rob Poth. So he was fourth following the Super G in the morning. So when we say combined event, it's one event in the morning, the Super G. And then, of course, the slalom course after lunch. And the pair were quickest down that slalom course. Italy's Giacomo Bertagnoli won the gold after having a slightly better overall time. So his time in the Super G helped him. That's the first home gold, but the third medal of these games. So Neil Simpson is now a three-time Paralympic medalist himself, and he's got the full set. Paralympics completed it, mate, having won gold and bronze in Beijing 4 years ago. Rob called it yesterday. He said they were in good form on the slalom, the fastest. And that event, by the way, still to come. Let's hear from them.
Really good. It was quite a whirlwind of a day. Yeah, we kept busy for a lot of it. It's obviously quite a long day as well with how the structure of the race goes. So but feeling good today, and looking forward to the next couple of races.
Well, that's the thing. You're always on to the next one. But let's look back on the achievement first of this silver medal, because the Super G was the first one in the morning, and then the slalom. Just how were you feeling going into both of them?
Yeah, the Super G, I think we had a couple of focuses that we want to work on from the Super G race, and then with the slalom, we knew exactly what we were wanting to do. After course inspection, we had a very clear plan of what we were going to try and carry out, and I think we did a very good job of trying to do that. It ultimately led to where we finished. So yeah, really pleased with the performance.
Because that Super G after that in the combined, you were fourth, and you'd finished fourth for the two previous races as well. Were you confident that with the slalom, with Rob, with his expertise, that you could get into that medal position?
Yeah, I think we were just confident in our plan that we'd discussed it from course inspection. We knew exactly what we needed to do, and then, as we regularly say, just the performances will warrant the results. So I think we knew we were in a good position to challenge for the podium, being in the fourth place. And we just needed to perform to the best we could in the slalom. I think as I said, we did a good job carrying that out.
Yeah. Rob, I remember you being interviewed after the Super G race, and you said, "We're in really good form with the slalom. We're really looking forward to the combined." You knew that Neil and you were in good form.
Yeah, of course. I mean, we've been performing well in training, and as Neil says, it was just a matter of replicating that and putting it in a race, and just blocking out obviously how big the occasion is, really. But yeah, looking at the slope and having a really good inspection, all the terrain, everything like that, we had a clear plan in place of what to do, and we were really happy to execute that plan. So yeah, taking every bit of confidence we can for the next couple races.
And Neil, you're now a three-time Paralympic medalist. How does that feel? And it feels like the visually impaired races this year are even harder than they've been before.
I'd say the visually impaired field, it's very very tight, and there's some top competitors and athletes within it, and I think it has always sort of been the case. I would say I think that maybe the level has pushed on a little bit over the last few years. I think everyone is just pushing each other on, and we're all striving to be the best we can be. So I think it's good for the sport, and having like a tight knit group that are all pushing to be the best they can be, I think is only good for the sport.
And Rob, you watch Neil, you watch all the other competitors. How good is he?
I mean, really good, but I mean, there's a lot more in the tank, I think, and in slalom especially. I mean, the fact of how quick pace it is, I really do need to push on because obviously I have to go that sort of extra distance around the gates. That's our sort of preferred option of how we want to execute slalom. Some parents do it differently, where their guide might cross block the gates as well, but it can be a little bit more risky. But yeah, I still think there's a lot more in the tank, and we're trying to, as Neil says, keep striving to improve, hopefully quicker than all the other pairings. But as I say, really happy, and we keep improving and working towards the next race.
And I know Neil's a veteran of the Paralympics now, but Rob, it's your Paralympic debut. How are you enjoying it?
Just loving every minute of it, the whole village environment, everything going on, all the freebies and things like that. I just can't get enough of it, really. So, making the most of it. And I obviously only have 5 days left. So, I'm enjoying it.
What's the best freebie you've had then, apart from a silver medal, which wasn't free because you worked really hard for it?
Well, to be honest, all the kit, I would say. The amount of Adidas kit we've got is top stuff. It looks the part as well. And yeah, loving it.
Good stuff. Neil, is it a relief we mentioned the fourth places, you then get this silver medal. Is there some relief in that as well?
I wouldn't say so. I think the performances have just been moving in the right direction. I think ultimately the way we work is once the run's done, then there's nothing you can do about it, obviously. So you're just looking at how you can improve that for the next race. And I think the way we have been working through the Paralympics so far, I think we have been moving in the right direction and improving each race. So I think we were just pleased to continue that yesterday, and especially with the slalom run, I think that was really well executed. So yeah, really pleased with that.
We were all delighted back here. What was the reaction like when you got back to the Paralympics GB camp in Cortina last night? What reaction did you get?
Everyone's been really supportive, and they're all delighted. It's been amazing to have all the athletes coming up and congratulating you along with staff members. They're all putting so much effort to be able to run the operation they do and be able to support us in the best way possible to perform. So it means a lot.
Absolutely. And the support from home from both of you, have you been inundated with WhatsApp messages and Instagrams?
Yeah, I think still going through the list, to be honest. My parents actually haven't arrived out yet. They come out this afternoon. So, they get to see the GS and slalom. And my brother's also coming out as well. But I mean, yeah, the fan club, the GB fan club in the stands was booming yesterday. So it was a really good atmosphere, and yeah, so grateful for the support we've received.
Final question then. More to come. You've got 2 more events, and the slalom, and both of them the slaloms.
Yeah, I think with the giant slalom and the slalom, we're in a good place with how we've been training, and as we've touched on, I think if we can perform how we're doing in training, then hopefully we can challenge. But ultimately, it's just performing to the best of our ability on the day. So yeah, hopefully we can have a clear plan and then try and execute that plan on the day.
Well, many congratulations. We're all very proud of you. Thank you so much for talking to us, and good luck for the rest of the games.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, Neil and Rob back in action in the men's giant slalom on Friday, and so will our guests in TNT coming up a bit later. But you mentioned, Michael, the fact that they were the fastest in slalom. So yes, Bertagnolli, the Italian, won the overall combined gold medal. You could call it a duathlon, couldn't you, really, with two events, but they call it combined in skiing. But because he had such a quick time in the Super G, even though he was slower in the slalom than Simpson and Poth, he still won the overall gold. But it was so good. The slalom was so good. And I just remember Rob, and we quoted it in the podcast, the episode that we did previously, where he said we're in good form. We know we're going to be really quick on the slalom, and that was proved. And we did call it. We said that Neil was getting better and better. You could see that 2 fourth place finishes, but he was getting better. And arguably, that is what we need to see and want to see in these Paralympics. We want to see our athletes getting better.
Yeah, I was watching it, having my all-day breakfast in the Wandering Duck, as I was, and I had it on. We were all watching it. We were all gathered around the screen watching it. I think importantly as well, bigger picture, as we know now for Paralympics GB, is they've got a medal on the table. So there's a couple of things to say about that. One, they're halfway to the medal ambition lower end, the 2 to 5 that the UK sport set. If they can pick up a second, that might come in that slalom for Neil Simpson, then they have achieved that medal ambition. Therefore, on that parameter, they've justified the money that's been invested in them. So from a UK sport point of view, they're halfway there now, with medal chances still to come, obviously, in these games. From a GB snow sport point of view, again, it's another medal for those guys who, as we know, had their funding cut dramatically after what happened last time at the games. They really had to refocus what the organisation was going to do. And they did that fantastically well. And we know they won medals at the Olympics. They now have a medal at the Paralympics with, as we said, maybe another one to come. So the third thing to say, so that's UK sport happy, GB snow sport happy. Third thing to say from Paralympics GB point of view, it's a great message. They go back to the digs, back in Cortina now. Well, poor old Scott Mino's out on his own, as we know. But they go back to the digs. Rob, Neil, silver medals in hand. What will that now do to the rest of the team? It just goes to show it can be done. It has been done, and it will be done again, hopefully.
And we also saw that Menna Fitzpatrick and Katie Guest are getting better as well in the women's combined visually impaired. They were 6th fastest in the slalom, and they finished 9th overall. But we've said we know where Menna Fitzpatrick would be after this combined. And it's clear that she is enjoying her skiing, but it's also clear that despite her being Britain's Winter Paralympic, the best ever, the most decorated, the most successful, whatever you want to say it, it's clear that she's probably not going to be a medal contender this year. But actually, as we've said throughout these Milano dailies, the Olympics and the Paralympics aren't just always about medals. Yes, we talk about them all the time, and we talk about what the targets and the ambitions are. But it was clear that when Menna suffered her ACL in December, that it was going to be a struggle to even compete. And I think it's actually now, when you look at the results and look at what she's doing, the achievement is to have qualified and got here and competed with a smile on her face, and she's enjoying it. And as we said in the last episode, it is a once in a 4-year opportunity. She is still a Paralympic champion. She's still a Paralympic gold medalist. She's now appeared at 3 Paralympic Games, 2018, 2022, 2026. That is a record in itself. So yes, we're absolutely over the moon that Neil and Rob have got those medals and we're on the target. But it was also just as great to see Menna and Katie deliver as well.
Yep, and the women's combined visually impaired discipline was won by Austria's Veronika Eigner. There's a name we've said quite a lot on the podcast in the last few days, grabbing her second Paralympic gold of the event after a flying slalom run with compatriot Elina Stari, who was third. Now, your name doesn't have to be Eigner to win medals for Austria. After all, Italian Super G winner Chiara Matta won the silver this time. So, yes, we've got a Stari as well as an Eigner on the medal table for Austria.
And you'll see in the medal table a bit later on where that has changed things as well. Michael will have details on that in a moment.
Yeah, news from the Games. 10-time world champion Vilde Nilsen of Norway won her first Paralympic gold medal with victory in the para cross-country skiing women's sprint classic standing. She finished second in the event at the past 2 Winter Games. She's finally got that Paralympic title at her third Games, ahead of silver medalist Sydney Petterson of the US and Natalie Wilkie of Canada, who won the bronze.
Brazil have won their first ever Olympic medal in Milano Cortina, of course, you remember from the last Games. Now the South American country has its first ever Paralympic medal in cross-country skiing. Well done to them. Christian Westermeyer Ribeiro took silver in the men's sprint sitting. The 23-year-old denied gold only in the final few meters by China's Louis Zizou. Oksana Masters of the USA won her second gold in the women's sprint sitting after finishing fourth on Sunday.
Semi-final places all booked now in the para ice hockey competition in Milan. US thrashed Germany 13-0. China rolled out 11-1 winners against Italy in Group A. Not a good one for the host nation, that. US then thrashed China 7-1, so they topped the group. Both will progress to the semi-finals.
And Canada and Czechia are also in the semi-finals from Group B. Canada actually beat Czechia as well by 4 goals to 1. 4 goals to 1 was with them. So both of them qualify from Group B. And you mentioned Italy, the hosts, actually, after being hammered by the USA and China, they got a Paralympic win on the board in para ice hockey. So they beat Germany 2 goals to 1. So great news for the Italians there. And just to let you know as well that Korea will face China in the wheelchair curling mixed doubles final. After both won their semi-finals, USA will face Latvia for the bronze.
Let's talk medals and medal table. China, 23 medals in total, including 9 golds. Austria, well, you mentioned it, they're now up to second. 8 medals in total, 4 of them gold. That puts them ahead of the US with 10 medals in total, 3 golds. Italy 4th and Ukraine 5th. But importantly now, Paralympics GB are on that table. This is Milano Daily from Anything But Footy. Tomorrow's news today for Paralympics GB and our other news from the Games coming up.
When you think about meal kit companies, what do you see? Probably long, complicated recipes and subscriptions you can't escape. But with the new Blue Apron, we're doing meal delivery differently. No subscription needed. Faster, easier meals. And the same dedication to quality we've always had. Shop 100+ meals at blueapron.com. Get 50% off your first 2 orders with code APRON50. Terms and conditions apply. Visit blueapron.com/terms for more.
This is Milano Daily from Anything But Footy. Tomorrow's news today, we call it TNT. Now, Dom Allen is aged just 16. He's from Fife in Scotland. He's the youngest member of the Paralympics GB squad. He will be competing in the giant slalom standing event on Friday. That's para Alpine skiing. His parents were the ones that got him into skiing at a very young age. And you know what? Before being selected by Paralympics GB, he'd never done an interview in his life. And who do they sit him in front of to do his very first interview with any member of the press or media anywhere in the world? Me.
I'm Dom, and I'm buzzing to be going to the Paralympics.
So, Dom, tell us what you've been selected for. What will be your schedule when you get to Northern Italy?
I've been selected for slalom and GS Alpine skiing.
And what does it mean to you? You said you're buzzing. What are the emotions today knowing that you're officially on the team?
I'm feeling very proud. I'm buzzing because it's something that I've wanted to work to, and it's something I want to work to later on when I get older. But doing it now, it's just made it like I'm part of this sport now. I'm proud to be representing the team, representing the country.
So tell us how old you are and how you started in this sport.
So I'm 16. I think I'm the youngest you can go, 16. So I got into it because my parents, they got me skiing in Glenshee, up in Glenshee in Scotland, which is quite wild and wet sometimes. From then, I went to France every year. That's what I did. And I also went, and then I also lived in Switzerland for 7 years, which also was a big boost towards my skiing and got me into racing when I was out there.
What was the attraction with the sport? What did you like about it?
It being in the mountains, that's the biggest thing. That was the attraction because being in the mountains was the big attraction. And also everyone else is in Switzerland. So it was a big pull because it's like it's a sport that everyone does in Switzerland. So it's a big pull to go and do it because you can do it with friends, anyone.
Now, you've had a pretty good season this year as well. Obviously, you must have had. That's why you've qualified. Talk us through your season to this point then.
I've actually had quite a quiet season, but a good season. I've been to 2 races, really. I've been to one in Kitzbühel, but just outside in Pastern, where we were doing slalom, and I got a 9th and a 4th, which was quite good. And they were like my official first races. And I went to Jasna, is where I went, and that's where I got 2 firsts, which is quite nice, which is in Slovakia. That was kind of a big moment for me.
Do you have any early Paralympic memories, or what were your? When did this become on the horizon for you?
The games came into the horizon not that ago, maybe a year ago. I was like, maybe I could make these, maybe I could, maybe I couldn't. So I was pushing towards it when I was able to race. I was pushing towards it, but pushing towards like coming onto the team as a whole was like years ago. My parents actually got me into it because they contacted Paralympics GB about it and see how I could get into parasport.
And what's been the reaction from parents, friends, family? Tell us where you're from and how everyone has reacted.
Well, I've only really told my family, but they've just been ecstatic. They're so proud of me, and my siblings can't really believe it. They're like, "Oh, we've actually got a cool brother now," because I was seen as kind of a bit of a yeah. So I'm the cool brother now. I'm above my other brother, which is kind of good.
You're definitely the cool brother. You're going to the Paralympic Games. You need to update your Insta profile because it says Paralympic Pathway.
Yeah.
So that needs to get sorted soon as well.
Yeah.
Are you ready for going to the Paralympics and what that will mean? Have you any idea about the size, the scope? Because I presume it's going to be much bigger than anything you've experienced before.
I'm not really prepared. I don't really know what it's going to be. So I'm kind of excited to experience it. I'm going to be shocked, I guess, when I get there. It's going to be bigger than any event that I've ever been to and have competed in. So I'm just going to experience it. I'm just going to go and see what it's about and then see how. Yeah, I'm just kind of excited to go and see it.
Now, you mentioned earlier about where you're from. Tell us again where you're from and how that has been part of your kind of development and getting you going.
So I've lived in St Andrews most of my life, and we've moved around a bit, but Scotland's my home, and the mountains here and people that we've skied with. Like we go on ski holidays. We used to go on ski holidays with family, friends from here, which was a big part of it, getting into the sport.
Is St Andrews a decent place to be to get some mountain ski time?
No, not really. No, it's terrible. It's all about golf there.
Yeah,
I don't play golf,
no.
so I'm kind of an anomaly there. Don't play golf, but I play a winter sport, which you can't really do there.
And what did it feel like today when you were given that bit of kit where you sit there in front of that Paralympics GB brand and you're going to be representing your country? That's enormous.
Yeah, it's crazy, and this is actually the first bit of kit I've ever got. So I'm excited because I've actually got some kit. So I'm ecstatic, and it's being able to represent your country is something special because not a lot of people get to do it, and it's something you got to be proud of, and you've just got to show your best to represent them.
And is that what you're hoping to do when you get out to Italy? Just perform at your best? What are you hoping to achieve?
I'm just hoping to achieve just to experience it and just do my best because I'm just going to be there. I'm going to experience it. I'm going to try my best and see where I can see where I'm at against the other people in the world and see where I can improve.
but you must just be hugely looking forward to it all now.
Oh yeah, I'm looking forward to it, but also nervous for it coming forward. But yeah, I'm just can't wait.
So Dominic Allen, I'm not sure what his name is, but he did a good interview considering it was his first ever interview and being put through the coals by Michael Waddock, as always. Dom will be in action in the men's giant slalom standing on Friday morning. There are 2 runs to try and win a remarkable medal at the sweet age of 16. Unbelievable.
Yeah, enjoyed having that chat with Dom. Always nice to be someone's first interview. In other news, away from the Winter Games, Great Britain will be at the World Baseball Classic in 2029. That seems an awful long way off. That's after the next Summer Olympics. They had to win their 4th and final match in Houston, and they did. They beat Brazil, who couldn't replicate their brilliant winter sports results this year. They lost 8-1 to GB Baseball. So congratulations to the men's team. Now, this is Milano Daily from Anything But Footy. We are with you every day during these Winter Paralympic Games. You can find us on our socials as well. We keep you up to date there with everything that is happening. You can always get in touch with us via our website, anythingbutfooty.com. You can hear what we do, see some pictures of us, read about us, read our blogs on there as well. Don't forget, have you done it yet, by the way, Cotton Eye Joe?
I still haven't done it. I've been too busy. I'm so sorry.
Good. The Spotify Olympic music playlist with no Cotton Eye Joe still available to listen to, so you don't have to skip past that. Remember to keep listening. Milano Daily from Anything But Footy.